Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's video where a big job has got even bigger, and whilst it might not look like it right now, summer is very definitely here. So after lots of deliberating on what to do with this mess, we have come up with a plan, but the plan that we've come up with requires more digger work. I also just want to say that we are not building a swimming pool. All we were initially trying to do is level an area in order to put up our big above ground metal framed pool. It's nothing special, it just requires a flat area to assemble it on. We don't have any flat areas on the land, and so we needed a flat area, and well, we've got a flat area, but we've also got a load more work as well. So the digger man is returning and he has just pulled up. So we have explained as best we can, and let's see how we go. Maybe an office job isn't so bad after all, eh? Well, this has all escalated really rather quickly. What was supposed to be a small area for the pool to sit on has now turned into rather a large civil engineering project. So what have we got here? We have got a lot of work ahead. That's what we've got. We have got an area 7 meters this way by 6 meters this way. And we have done footings from this point here where you saw me walk out all the way around to this far corner. And this has escalated to be, like I say, a big project now. So the reason that we've done this, there was a bit lost in communication and translation and stuff with the pool area. My sort of initial idea was to scrape some of this ground out and then pile that soil here on the lower end to bring that level down, but this level up to bring us a level area. Well, that didn't exactly happen. But what it does mean now is that we are at potential risk of landslide or subsidence now on the footings on the decking. They are over a metre away from the excavation point, but with the rain that runs off the roof landing on the ground above this cutout, we are, potentially in for some serious issues down the line. So to mitigate those issues and to do belts and braces, we are going to be building a retaining wall that runs the entire length of those footings. Now for this, we have priced up a couple of options. Here, I have not found concrete block that is like the 9-inch hollow blocks, which is what we would normally use in the UK for a retaining wall. I can't find them here. They're a much thinner size and they're not got holes all the way through, just one side, holes on one side. So they're not ideal. We've looked at a couple of other options. One is concrete, so doing form work that goes into the foundations but right the way up to the final finish height and forming all this out. The form work alone for this size here worked out to be £1,000, about 2,000 lev, which is just crazy. We just cannot afford that. It is way, way too much money. The other downside with doing a concrete structure is it's an eyesore. We would want to clad it in stone, which is then additional cost. They do some like facade stone here, thin slices that you can glue on to give you a final finish. So we'd have that cost on top of the concrete, the formwork and everything else. So with concrete being out of the question because it is just too expensive, we've decided to settle on this, stone. There is tons of stone around our property, as well as stuff that you would have seen in a previous video that me and Alex saved from the landfill site. And it's all granite. Everything around here is granite stone. So we've got a little bit of quartz as well, which is really nice, but it's a lovely stone here. And it's very in keeping with the buildings that we already have. The barn has a stone foundation. This barn behind you has a stone foundation. The house has a stone foundation. So it's very in keeping with what we're doing here. So me and Kayleigh are going to have a go at our very first time working with stone, and we will see how this works out. I have not ever worked with stone before, and we've never laid a stone wall or done anything like that. So it will be interesting to see how this works, but it's also going to be a great opportunity for us to get our eye in and get planning for how we can use stone in the future, or whether we go, we're never doing that again. That was a bad idea. So yeah, that is the plan. We're hoping that by doing this, we keep the costs down fairly low, with the concrete being in the footing, and then the rest is just a bedding mortar to bed the stones on, and then we're hoping that really 99% of the stone we can get from the land. Hopefully we won't have to get any in from the quarry. We have got a lot of work ahead, and I hope you're ready to come with us on this journey, because this is going to be a journey, I think. So today we have come to Plovdiv for a day out to see a museum and a few other bits and pieces. Alex has got his hair cut at a barber's, which is pretty cool. And we're checking out this park where we've never been before, but it's literally just off the high street. And it's super cool.
As you will have noticed, this week's video is a little shorter than usual, but that is because we had a lovely visit from Phil's sister for a whole week, which was a really lovely opportunity to tour the local area and show her for the first time why we have moved to this incredible country. So we thought we'd give you a little bit of an update on some of the plants and changes and natural growth that's been happening on the land.
So with spring coming to the end and summer very definitely here, as you can see now, the driveway, the majority of it has dried up and the stream is not running anymore, which means that now this entrance to the land is not a priority for probably the next 6 months, because now it's just going to be a dusty track that we can drive in and out of, even with a two-wheel drive car, no problem. So for the moment, the driveway work is on pause, but we will very, very definitely have this done before winter. At least that's the plan. Something else we've noticed as we're coming into summer is loads of these. These are cherry plums, or at least we believe them to be cherry plums, and they are everywhere in our area and absolutely laden with fruit, as you can see. And apparently when they are ripe, they make good jam, but also if they're overripe, that's what everybody uses to make rakia.
With the hot sunny weather comes new life on our fruit trees, and as you can see, they have nearly all started producing their leaves. This is fantastic because it means that they are not going to remain sticks in the ground, and we've got the potential of gaining some fruit in a couple of years' time. The other massive bonus about them growing some leaves is that we're now able to use Google Lens and various reference books to actually identify which tree is which. I'm pretty sure that these two over here we matched correctly, and that these are going to be nectarines trees. Nectarines are my favourite fruit, so I'm really hoping that I am right. I am a little concerned about this peach tree though. It does seem to have got some form of fungal infection. The only way I can describe it is like this swelling on some of the leaves, but it's like a bright red. It's really unusual. So if you are familiar with this and you know what it is and how best to treat it, if you could drop us a comment in the box below, that would be amazing, because I'm a little bit lost with this one, and I really don't want it to spread to the other trees. Up until now, we've been coming out every other night to water the fruit trees, but with this hot weather and it hitting 30 degrees now pretty much every day, we're going to have to put some form of irrigation system in to keep these going through the hot months. Something else that's really quite exciting is this old apple tree, which we thought was completely gone, has sprung to life. We're not quite sure how or why, but look, it's bearing fruit. So it'll be really interesting to see what type of apple this is. We are, of course, slowly but surely also starting to maintain the area of grass behind the caravan and the house. We know that those fires will be coming. We're pretty sure that there's going to be more this year. It's already extremely hot. So Phil's been out here early hours of the morning, late at night, trying to create a fire break. This will extend further up the land, but as you can imagine, the hot weather is hard work.
Some of you might think that this isn't that much of a fire break, but the idea that we've got is that this will be an area where the grass is really low. Yes, it will still be dead, and yes, it will still be a tinderbox, but it won't burn with the ferocity that the long grass does. So the idea is that if the fire does come through here, it's just a little simmering mess on the ground that we can put out easily with a garden hose or fire beaters.
And a bit of a veggie patch update. It's going well. We're remembering to come out every evening to water, which is making a huge difference. Tomatoes have just suddenly bloomed. They've got lots of flowers on them, and I know for a fact that I need to be putting in longer stakes for them. The bubbers use string and they go a lot taller, so I need to be doing that. I have been pinching out but I'm not convinced by the look of it that I've done enough, but that's a learning curve for next time. The peppers are doing really well. It's really obvious which of the two plants are the bell peppers because they're a lot lighter in colour. The sunflowers I've transplanted and put them into the ground now. However, I put them at the back of the veggie patch and I don't think they're getting enough sun. The baby tomatoes that I grew from seeds are doing really well, and they seem to have the right balance of shade and sunshine throughout the day. So I'm really hoping that they will be a good second crop of tomatoes when they come through.
And here we are amongst the banana plants. So, banana plant update, because she's excited. I know you all want a banana plant update because you all love it, which I can't blame you, I love it too. Anyway, we have got, 5 leaves, a couple really badly wind damaged, but I've left them on for the moment. Another new one on the way, and we're keeping it watered. Now, I am toying with the idea of getting this planted in the ground, but the place where I want it is in full sunshine, and I don't know if it's going to be very happy with that. So it's either putting it in the ground or we're putting it in a bigger plot so we can move it around. So as you all know, I bought my banana plant in the little middle aisle. Now, from one little middle aisle purchase to another, how exciting is this? This was the last one on the shelf and we had to have it. This is a solar hot water shower. And yeah, you plug it into the hose pipe and it is totally heated by the sun. And the idea is we're going to have this right next to the pool so you can rinse off before dumping in and vice versa. Hello and welcome back to Walnut Weekly. No, to be honest, this is our walnut tree and we've never known it to have walnuts on it. But apparently last spring we had a really late frost and it killed all the walnuts. Well, nobody had walnuts last year. So we are delighted that this year we have got a whole load of walnuts on this tree, which I'm really chuffed about because I actually thought this tree was toast. I thought it was going downhill. But there's loads of new growth, loads of walnuts, which is really exciting. The bad news is, I don't like walnuts.
Thank you for all the lovely comments last week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next one.
Hello and welcome back to Walnut Weekly. There was no fruit body, flop. Last winter we had last spring.
We have had to be...
Bloody gimbal. You tell me when you are ready.
Yeah.
Are you ready now? Well, right now. Have you pushed the button? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if you need anything.
A dumper.